Heyo, what's up? Welcome to the Unreal Engine. But no, welcome to Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. Now, if it's alright, if I can be straight up with you, the reason why I bought this game, I was scrolling through TikTok as you do, as you might, maybe you don't, good for you. But I was scrolling through, and I saw like uh, in fact, actually, I didn't see an advertisement for this game. I saw a stitch somebody made with like a little trailer for this game, and then I clicked on the stitch or I clicked on the original video because I was not really a fan of the stitch, you know. Uh, but but yeah, no. Uh, sorry, I'm all awkward and stuttery right now. As I always am. There's nothing new about that, actually. Fun fact. Uh, but yeah, no. I bought this game. Saw a little bit of like a trailer for it, and uh, I saw in one of the TikTok comments specifically that somebody was like, "Oh, hey, is that Laura Bailey singing?" And the game studio made it, which I'm not sure. Hold on, can I check real quick? Feel a bit bad for not knowing. It's like Summerfell or something like that. Hold on, I just want to double check. It's by. Well, I mean, it's published by Humble Games, but the studio that made it is. I don't see the name anywhere. All right, well, it's made by some company, but yeah. Pretty much all I know is that Laura Bailey's in this game, and I love Laura Bailey. Probably like one of my favorite actors ever of all time. Uh, just absolutely phenomenal in anything and everything she's in. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. And honestly, I wasn't too sure about this game. Like I saw a couple reviews. Like some people liked it, some people didn't like it. As with all games, didn't read too much. But this little main menu, I like the main menu. The main menu music, it's giving me a good feeling. It's giving me a good vibe. It's like, yeah, this game's gonna be pretty alright. And if not, it is what it is. 30 bucks for this game, not bad. It's not terribly long. In fact, I was surprised with how tiny it was because when you buy something on the PlayStation Store, it'll be like, oh, hey, this game's about 7 gigabytes, but it's actually not. It's 7 gigabytes for both versions of the game. So there's a PS4 and a PS5. And the PS5 version is 3 gigs. It's like 3.5 gigs, while the PS4 is like 4 gigs. So, yeah, I don't know. It certainly seems fun. But if you want context for the Stitch I saw, there's like a character name. I can't even remember how it's pronounced, but it's a Calliop, I believe. Uh, and like the Stitch I saw, and like no offense to this person, like I get it, you want people to pronounce things right, but like it was like, oh wow, an American finally pronouncing this name right, and it's like that's not like I'm glad you're happy about that, but I don't know. For me personally, as an American and as somebody that speaks English, I will never make fun of somebody for mispronouncing something, especially if you're from a different country or speak a different language or a part of a different culture. Like you can say words however you want to say them. If I understand what you mean and I can understand you, then I'm not gonna be like, oh well, actually it's pronounced like this, like and I mean it's a name, but it's also I think it's a Greek god. I think the whole thing with this is it's like Greek gods who are in modern day hanging out in like clubs and doing concerts and stuff. Again, I know nothing about this game, so and I don't know, that's how I like it. I like to go into games knowing as little as possible All right, I don't want to know a single thing before I start up a game. Ideally, sometimes you know too much. Like for instance, with The Last of Us Part 2, I knew everything. I knew every single spoiler. I knew pretty much all the plot details going into that game, and I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was fantastic. You know. So, you know, again, you can go either way. You can learn as much as you want about a game, or you can know nothing. But I think it's, you know, I think it's always best to know as little as possible hopping into something. So, let's crack it off by cracking open a can and, you know, doing a new game. So, yeah, I have absolutely no plans for this. No idea what's gonna happen, but yeah, we're gonna see. From all our teams across the world, enjoy the show. This game was made on stolen ground. We would like to acknowledge the... Again, I'm so bad with pronunciations, and I don't know how to say that. Yeah, I can look it up, probably, right? Well, that's sad. This game was also built on a Treaty 6 territory and a traditional meeting ground and home for many indigenous peoples, including Cree, Saltuks, Nisitipi, Blackfoot, Métis, and Nakota Sioux. Again, my apologies for for not knowing exactly. Is that right? Runjidi? Wurundjeri and Boon Wurrung. Again, my apologies. I am bad with pronunciations, and I don't know. There's some content warnings for the game. Here, I'm gonna avert my eyes and just go through them all. This is for you if you want to read them. Me personally, I don't. I'm not worried about any content warnings, just because, you know, I'm fine. But if you want to read them, go ahead. All right. Act 1.
4 hours. 4 hours in a rented gym that still smells like socks and childhood trauma. And where did it get us? Other than bored? The band wasn't even looking for anything specific. We just wanted change. We wanted to see who was out there, if they'd show up.
I like this sax guy. Hell yeah. What are you all whimpering for?
Well, they showed up all right.
My guy's
I had a dream where this exact thing happened. Except we were on stage. And naked.
We were auditioning.
Not all of us. Okay, it was just me. I was naked. I think this went better.
Ooh. I can say things. Maybe we should try that.
Hey, we should consider that. We could be the Naked Band, coming soon to a really private auditorium near you.
You know, somehow I believe you'd actually do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a hard no. Okay, let's just wrap this up. Kaz, do
Kaz
you
all
need a
lame.
ride?
Just to Brian's. I'm, crashing on his couch until I get a new place.
What? You said it'd be 2 days.
You know you like having me around. Whatever.
Have you heard yourself snore?
Hey, Grace, you okay? I know you've been kind of loose ends since you left college. I was just hoping tonight would cheer you up.
What does the heart mean?
You're always looking out for me, Freddy.
Well, that's the deal, right? Best friends to the end.
Right. I just wish it wasn't always so one-sided.
Hey, don't worry about that. Really, Grace. You'll get through this.
Music is your life, Freddy. You're the drummer, the lyricist. All of this was your idea. I wish I knew where I fit.
The drummer and the lyricist?
I think you fit.
I feel like it's a little atypical.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's gotta be hard. I mean, it's impossible for me to play any instrument or do any kind of lyricism.
Gonna hang out a bit and lock up.
Drumming and being?
I'll see you at home.
Or lyricist just means she writes it? I don't know things. I am a fool.
Like a boat lost at sea with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen.
Also, don't mind me if I burst out laughing at any point. I find musicals inherently funny.
Me. Everything I set upon unravels at my feet. Everything I've learned wasted on a girl who doesn't know how to be free. Like a boat lost at sea with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. Oh,
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I heard you from outside. My name's Calliope. You have an amazing voice.
Calliope.
I hope you know that.
Thanks.
That was a name, fun fact.
I'm
I saw
Grace.
a TikTok about.
Are you here for the audition, or...?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Oh, I don't know if she was. Let's hear it.
Okay. Did you, bring an instrument, or some music?
I kinda bring my music wherever I go.
All right. Well...
With the fire furious, I have burned my tongue.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Burn tongue. Sorry, I'm just gonna be like a little shit, interrupting and injecting my own little comedy bits, even though you can like barely hear me over the game.
Like a boat.
Oh, hell yeah. The duet. Whatever. I'm not drunk, but...
You still have your life ahead.
I am drifting.
I'm getting there.
Cold waters, no star to be seen.
All things that lose their way can find it again. There is no inertia in the ocean.
Oh. Interesting. In your face. This Grace is very punk rock, and not afraid to get reckless and aggressive when it's called for. That kind of seems fun. This is Grace with soul and charisma. She tries to do the right thing, and everyone likes her more for it. Or clever. Sometimes you need to think your way out of a problem, right? This Grace is sneakier, smarter, and witty. Charming.
Maybe if I leaned upon my friends, raise the alarm, I'll call for them. Do I have the heart to trust they'll keep me safe from harm?
Wow. What was that?
Your
Sing,
song
Grace.
was just so wonderful. I had to finish it with you. I hope that's all right. I also know what it feels like to be lost. To feel as if you have no place to turn. That's why I had to come inside.
I'm glad you did.
I'm glad you did. That was... I've never experienced anything like that before.
I'd be surprised if you had.
What was that? It felt like... the music was everywhere, like it was coming from inside me.
It always has, Grace. Just as it was when I walked in. May I ask you why you feel so... adrift? You're so young. Surely your life is just beginning.
Are you kidding me? I'll be honest.
It would sound stupid.
Try me.
Young people have no idea what they're doing. We're all on a fucked up planet where
School
nobody
because
cares
I
about
didn't feel
us,
like I
nobody
belonged
wants
there,
us, everybody
but I
hates
still haven't
us.
found my place.
Life sucks.
What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Shouldn't I have figured this out by now?
See, exactly.
Those are good questions to ask. I should go.
About the audition. I'm sure everyone will agree you're in, if you want to be, that is.
I hope to see you again, Grace. Perhaps soon.
Right. See you then.
See you later, person who's totally not some mystical deity or something. Weird. Oh. That's got to be the quirkiest shit on the planet. You have fucking like I don't even know what you call those. And high. You have high and fridge and weird on your fridge with the little fridge letter magnets.
Did you lose your keys, Fred? I thought you'd be...
Uh-oh.
Calliope?
What
I
the...
didn't know where else. I'm so sorry, Grace.
I'll get help.
Oh, God. You're hurt. I'll get help.
No! No! You have to wait. You can't go. I didn't want to do this to you. Not like this. I'm so sorry.
Stop saying you're sorry.
What do
You've
you
been
mean?
stabbed. Tell me what you want. Tell me something
Calliope!
before you die.
Please. Please, come on.
Ooh. Also, I mean, I don't mean to be the cold, cynical asshole here, but Grace, you just met this woman. Like, I mean, I understand being upset by her death, but being like, come on, please. Oh. Alright, cool. Powered up. Hands bloodied. You're the protagonist now, Grace. Hey.
Oh, I can wait. Take your time.
Oh, Hermes.
Is that my door?
Technically, it's my door. Or our door, maybe? I came as soon as I could.
Who are you?
Hold on. Who are you? How did you get here?
Through the door? I mean, jeez, how did you get here?
Don't be mean.
She really is dead, huh? Man. So, the chorus is gonna want to talk to you. Sucks, but, you know.
The chorus?
The chorus? You mean the authorities? Are they coming?
No.
I guess they're authorities?
Hermes
But
does
they're
not
not
mean
coming
cops.
here. We have to go to them. Look, I can see you don't know squat about this, so I'm gonna explain real quick, but then you gotta come with me, okay? When Cal died, you saw a shiny thing come out of her, right? That was her soul. That's what made her a god.
A what?
It's in you now, which makes
Gods
you a god.
have souls?
Surprise, right?
I mean,
With
I
me
guess
so
that
far?
sort of makes
Cool.
sense, but like...
Let's go.
I would assume the difference between like a god and like a human is that humans have mortal souls and gods would have immortal souls. Well, I guess it is an immortal soul because Grace has it now. Calliope. Calliope's immortal soul. Hey, that's Athena's bird. Or maybe that's Athena.
Where are we?
themselves.
Sorry to drop you and run, but when an idol dies, there's like 100 different things I gotta do.
No, wait. Where did you bring me? How did we get here?
The chorus can explain. Don't touch anything. Okay?
Wait! Come back! Okay. Yeah.
There you
Just
go.
Wait here and, not touch anything.
Oh, the game gives me the option to touch things. I'm touching the shit out of things. Touch that painting. Touch the helmet. The bird is alive. Pet the bird. Touch the bird. Okay, fine, whatever. Don't touch the bird. I guarantee you the moment she grabs it, somebody's gonna come in through the door. Ask the owl. Hey, I saw you guys on the store page when I was buying the game.
Our beloved sister, the last of the muses, has passed on to you, our new sister, delivered to us by dear sweet Hermes. It's, Grace, yes?
Yes?
Oh, my. You have had quite the day, haven't you?
So Calliope is really dead. Even if she's a
god?
Yeah, a god.
Yes, we call it passing on, but yes, sadly it happens even to us. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Athena, goddess of wisdom. This is Apollo, god of prophecy, dressed for the occasion, as always. The wondrous Aphrodite, goddess of love. And the one glaring at you is Persephone, once queen of the underworld. Together, we are the chorus. We rule over the idols, our name for the gods who remain. All of us, hidden in your modern world.
I don't want to be a dick, but like, idols, really? Like, come on, you could have come up with a better name than idols. So, gods are real?
But gods aren't real. They can't be. They're just...
Stories, myths, legends.
If you're real, you'd be all-powerful. You wouldn't be hiding or...
don't pay much attention
Also,
to those
I'm gonna be
old
honest,
tales
I'm
about
eating
us,
up
Grace.
every line that Laura
They weren't
Bailey
very true to
says.
begin with,
I
and
love Laura Bailey.
well, truth be told, we've diminished since those days. That doesn't mean we're helpless, of course. Far from it. Yet, at the end of the day, we too are just people, trying to get by.
And you live
Right,
here?
and you live here, not in some city in Europe or a...
On top of a mountain? Oh, I know. Once we roamed marble halls, and now fashionably appointed apartments. We have Wi-Fi. We move with the times, Grace. We have to, if we're going to remain hidden and survive. The mortals grow more and more clever with each passing century. Television! I do what I must.
I just want to let you know, I don't trust you, Athena. The rest of these folks, they haven't talked at all, but you've been the only one talking.
You expect me to believe that idols, have been living among us for what, thousands of years? You're thousands of years old.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to make you believe anything. Not at all. If you'd like to believe this office is right outside your front door, or that we are, I don't know, actors, religious fanatics, by all means.
You are actors.
The only thing I do need you to grasp is that you are here. This is real, and like it or
And
not,
Grace has my favorite actor.
it is happening.
Or is voiced by my favorite actor.
Wait, you said, and Hermes said, that I'm a god now too. And an idol.
That is true.
That thing that came out of her that went into me.
We call it an eidolon, the part of Calliope's soul which made her an idol, which now makes you one.
Athena, we are wasting time.
The reason you're here, Grace, the reason why we made you wait so long while we debated, is because we have rules. Those rules mean we can't admit into our ranks a usurper. Never mind a possible murderer. I know this
Y'all
will
are
all
gods.
come as a shock.
You
and
do
I'm
nothing but murder and usurp.
so sorry to say it, but
don't play this coy
I'm afraid
little
you have to
game
die.
of, oh, we're gods and we're innocent and you're an interloper. This
You want me
isn't
to
fair.
die? But that isn't fair.
I know, but consider it from our point of view. A dear sister, someone who traveled with us through the ages, gone.
But I didn't do it. Aren't you supposed to be the goddess of wisdom? Can't you see this isn't right?
Yeah, you tell her, Grace.
Calliope's blood is literally on your hands.
Oh, whatever.
It isn't...
I tried to save her. She came to me. We sang.
Maybe we should do as we agreed. Calliope's line would end.
Yeah,
yes,
Aphrodite's
but
cool.
what other option do we have? Let a usurper remain an idol?
Justice has to be done, for Calliope's sake.
Well, then do real justice.
This isn't justice.
Yeah. She's gonna sing.
You cannot hide from this reality.
Not hiding, though a little lost here.
If you are lost, little girl, this bears explanation. Dear child, please listen. You have usurped a muse. No recourse to be arranged.
But it's unfair.
I know, but our laws cannot be changed.
But she came to me.
You must realize there are simple rules. If one of us dies, these rules have been the tools that shield
You must know
us.
I didn't do it.
Oh, I love this. I love when like two characters singing. One of them's like, "You fucked up and you're gonna die." Wait, no, I didn't fuck up. What are you talking about?
I'm afraid you'll have to see. The chorus
of a lot of you.
I disagree.
Yeah! My man!
Did I hear that correctly?
You've been quiet this entire time,
Fuck
Apollo.
yeah, you did.
Why speak up now?
Because
I
he's
grieve
cool.
Calliope's loss just as much as the rest of you, but I can't let you do this.
He's right. What if Grace speaks the truth? What if Calliope chose her?
And what if Calliope was murdered by her? What if Grace stole her Eidolon?
I don't know what
that
that
is.
is.
Out. Don't you want justice?
Oh, Apollo, I thought we'd agreed this was justice. What would you have us do?
There has to be some way to find the truth. Aren't you gods? Couldn't
Oh,
a
come
god,
on.
I don't know...
You gotta offer to figure this out yourself. Detective Grace is on the case.
We aren't seriously considering this.
Very well. This one time. I put a motion before the chorus. Do we allow Grace the right to prove her innocence?
You
Yes.
damn right. Yeah!
I think so.
My
Yes.
boy. I'm on Apollo's side. No matter what,
Fine.
Apollo's my guy.
And there we have it.
So, no dying. Am I hearing that right? No Grace getting smited by the gods?
You say Calliope chose you. I would like to believe that. I truly would. You have 1 week to find out what happened, Grace.
What happens after a week?
There will be a trial. If you cannot provide proof of your innocence by then, our original verdict stands.
You gods. Will do.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want me to say? I can't possibly do this. This is unfair. You know all that already, right? So I'll do my best. That's all I've got.
We're not going to keep you, Grace. You have much to do. Before you go, however, a few rules.
I'm a
Do not
god.
reveal our existence to the mortal world.
Don't I make
this
the
includes
rules?
mortal authorities that cannot help you. Do not harm another idol. Do not leave the city. Do as the chorus commands. Otherwise,
Man, you guys really are cops.
do whatever you must to find the true killer.
And just like real cops, you don't actually want to do your job. You just want to outsource it.
Welcome, dear sister.
And do help yourself to a cookie.
Oh, this is going to be a choice, ain't it? Oh, no. Oh, come on. I'll take the cookie. Oh. No. Oh. Freddy. Only I call her Farishta? When I'm visiting her house, her mom always makes these deep-fried honey snacks I love. Has been my best friend since probably forever. We used to make up rhymes while we skipped rope. It's been that long. We've come a long way from those days. Edge of Elysium is her band. Oh, come on. You guys named your you guys named your band Edge of Elysium and you don't expect to be involved in god shenanigans? And inviting me in was her idea. I was keen on joining since I haven't seen Freddy much since I left school, but it's been kind of rough going. I can sing, sure, and when we get a gig, it feels good being up there on stage, but is this really my thing? I don't know. I know Calliope was one of the muses. Is that the same as being a god? But that's really about it. I don't know where she lived, what she got up to, or who her enemies were. I have so many questions. For one, what was she doing when she found me at the gymnasium? Was she just passing by, or did she plan that? How'd she know where I lived? I keep thinking about what Calliope said to me before she died. She seemed so sad. Did she know this was going to happen? Most of all, why did she pick me? Hermes is the idol who came to collect me at my apartment when Calliope died. I didn't know their name at the time, of course. Athena only mentioned who they were afterwards. I guess they're the god of doorways, maybe? I wonder if they can go anywhere with that power. Into bank vaults, on top of a mountain, across the world. Pretty wild to think about. Also, pretty wild that you know Calliope, who, I'll be honest, I don't know at all. But, I mean, makes sense. You're in a band, Calliope is a muse. But, like, how do you not know Hermes? Could Hermes have been involved in Calliope? No. No. I'm sticking up for Hermes here. Alright, they didn't do shit. They seem surprised, if not really broken up about it. Not that Hermes strikes me as someone who does much deep thinking. They seem more like a kid, although I guess looks can be deceiving. Why did they have to come when Calliope died? And they did it right away too. Kinda suspicious if you ask me. Yeah, if you're a human. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, and I can believe it. She has that sparkle when you look at her, like she's one of those old-timey movie stars, all glamour and presence. I bet if she walks into a room, everyone stops what they're doing to stare at her. Why she's part of the chorus, I have no idea. Okay, listen, I know nothing about this world, Grace, but like, if if she's Aphrodite, the goddess, love is like one of the most powerful emotions, Grace. I know you're a young adult, but you should know this by now. But why she's part of the chorus, I have no idea. She seemed kind of quiet and sad, like she's busy writing some teary ballad in her head and not really listening to what's going on around her. If Aphrodite is behind Calliope's death, then she hides it super well. Maybe you just naturally learn how to be a great actress after thousands of years or so. How would I know? I don't know much about this, Apollo. You better not be the murderer, Apollo. I'll be so mad. But he's the only guy on the chorus, but he didn't say much of anything until he kinda defended me, I guess. At least he disagreed with the "you need to die" verdict. I guess I owe him one, if I actually owed anyone for giving me an extra week before they killed me. Not so sure about that. Athena introduced Apollo as the god of prophecy, but I'm not sure exactly what that means. Don't prophets wear long robes and speak in big booming voices? This one looks less like a god and more like a surfer who crashed on the beach after a party. Still hasn't found all of his clothes. Could he have killed Calliope? I can't take anything for granted when it comes to these people. Athena's supposed to be the goddess of wisdom, but how's that work? Is it a power of hers? Does she just know things? She's supposed to be really powerful, but how exactly? Mostly, she just seemed like my mom, or anyone's mom. Maybe that's what she is to the idols, the mom who looks after them and keeps them going. She was all smiles and was even super sweet when when she told me I had to die. Like it would be no big deal. That makes her a scary mom. Like the kind that demands to speak to the manager when things don't go her way, because things always go her way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's the cool mom, or maybe she'll keep smiling while she smothers me with a pillow, because she's thousands of years old and I'm basically nothing in comparison. And maybe she killed Calliope, and that makes me an annoyance, because that means her murder didn't quite take. But then, why give me the chance to prove myself? She really wanted me dead, couldn't she have just said, "Nope, no vote, let's nip this in the bud"? Athena really seems like the type who'd do that, right? Idols are so confusing. What did Athena say about Persephone? She's the queen of the underworld? I had to look it up, but that's basically the idol version of hell. Does that mean it's a real place? Like, you die and you go to the underworld? Or maybe that only happens to idols. Hold on, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I guess they told you that Calliope was one of the muses, but like, okay, and you don't know what a muse is, but like, how do you not know about the underworld, Grace? That's like the most famous thing from Greek mythology. Like, there you got Olympus, and then you got the underworld. Like they kind of go hand in hand. Mine, alright, hold on. Where was I? What did Athena say about Persephone? She's the queen of the underworld? I had to look it up, but that's basically the idol version of hell. Does that mean it's a real place? Like you die and you go to the underworld? Or maybe that only happens to idols. Mind you, Athena didn't exactly say Persephone was the queen of the underworld, did she? She said once the queen of the underworld, so she isn't any longer? And she's also the only idol that Athena didn't say was the god of something or other. I'm willing to bet there's a whole story about that. Whatever it is, it's pretty clear this Persephone hates me, and not just because she thinks I'm a murderer, because don't they all think that? It feels personal. The sharp eyes of hers wanted to gut me and hang me on a clothesline, so I better watch my back. Alright, wow. Alright, well, I'm very interested in still playing the game, but I do have to use the restroom, and I also finished my beverage / drink, so I'm gonna be back in a moment. But for now, I'm gonna leave you with Apollo. If you would rather look at any one of the other characters, sorry, we're looking at Apollo. I like him best so far. I mean, I like Grace a bit more, you know, but she looks all sad there. It makes me feel bad. Ah, there she is, more pensive. That's fun. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it on Apollo because I mean, woof, woof. You kidding me? You kidding me? All right. Anyway, BRB. Bah, I'm back. Alright, to Grace's apartment, I guess. Yes, go. End of the road trophy. Oh, wait.
Grace? Grace!
Hi.
Hi! 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 You're kidding, right? When I came home, the door was wide open. You weren't answering your phone. Kaz and Brian are still out looking for... Grace... We thought something happened to you. Wait, did something happen to you?
Yes, but you are seriously not gonna believe it.
Oh, one of those nights, huh? Well, it better be good.
I became a god, Freddy. For real.
You were gone all night. Why didn't you answer your phone? Okay, so what exactly are you the god of? Late night lattes? Skipping bad practice?
Ooh. I don't know.
I don't think it works that way. Or at least, they didn't say.
They who? The other gods? Did you just come from a god convention? Those things are such a scam.
Hi there.
Oh, Pan.
Who is this, Grace? Why does he have horns?
Another one of the gods, I'm guessing.
Right, sure, I should have realized.
To answer your question, my dear, you see the horns because I allow you to see the horns. That's crazy, right? As for who I am, I've been known most often as Pan. So you call me that, if you must call me anything.
Pan, of the Greek gods, Pan, right? But he's some kind of cosplayer?
The days of idols being called gods are well behind us, I'm afraid, but I assure you, I am the real article. I've come to offer our newest idol a helping hand. Or perhaps two. You do look lost, don't you?
Help me how exactly? And why? We've never even met.
Uh-huh. Now, how would one acquire friends if one never made an effort to meet strangers?
Yeah, but...
As for the help I can offer, plenty. Unless you feel you can find the murderer on your own. I mean, you could do that. Maybe. Possibly.
Murderer? Wait, there's a murderer? Grace?
I told you the truth, Freddy.
So yeah, about that god thing, I wasn't kidding.
While also standing accused of murder. It's quite tragic.
Is there any way you could explain what's going
I like
on,
the
Grace?
green and brown. That's a good combo. With the yellow, too.
The prohibition is
purple
against
glasses.
revealing the idols to the mortal
And then
world.
gray
She's
coat.
not the mortal world.
God damn.
Is she?
That's a good style you got
She
going,
can be
Pan.
trusted. Can't she?
Oh, and the
Why
gloves,
do I have the
too?
feeling that I'm going to regret
Fingerless?
not leaving
Oh
with
my
Brian
God.
and Kaz?
Oh, I can guarantee it.
Also, I like Grace's leather jacket.
Okay, Freddy. Have a seat. Let's talk.
I mean, Freddy, if you lose the hat, I think you got a nice outfit. But the hat, a little too much for me. A good hat is fine, but like
That's
like
it?
a big hat. That's like a big fedora.
Yes.
Like,
Do you believe in this, Grace?
Sure, but I had proof. I traveled through a magical door.
Which sounds extra cool.
I was a little distracted.
Well, I have a million questions, but I can ask them later. The important thing is that I am here to support my best friend.
What did I ever do to deserve a friend like you?
You sat next to me at lunch period, dummy.
Oh yeah, right.
My friendship comes with all sorts of benefits, up to and including the tracking down of supernatural killers.
Such darling camaraderie. It brings a tear to my eye. It truly does.
yeah,
Speaking of
Pan.
killers,
Whoa. You
Hey.
wound me, dear lady.
Yeah,
I've
don't
come
be
to offer
talking
advice
shit
to our
Pan.
newest idol, a foundling who was set adrift most cruelly.
Seems rather convenient, you showing up with advice. How did you even know I existed?
A little bird told me, if you must know. Very useful, those little birds.
I like
he's not
little
going to tell
birds.
you, Grace.
There's not much to tell.
I'm
Among
pretty sure
the
he
idols,
literally told you.
news travels
He's Pan,
swiftly.
god
we
of
are
nature.
a tiny village of
He can
godly
talk to birds.
busybodies. I heard of your arrival, and I know how obtuse the chorus can be. So here I am. You're welcome.
Oh. Why so suspicious, Freddy?
Don't you think you're being a little suspicious, Freddy?
I don't know. Maybe things work differently among these... What are you again?
Idols, darling. Beings of worship, adoration, prowess.
Okay, right. Maybe it's different for idols, but when things are a little too convenient, it's worth questioning. Especially when they show up like a salesman in a cheap suit.
I'll have you know there's nothing cheap about this suit.
Yeah, that's a nice suit. Certainly a lot nicer than your suit, Freddy.
So you're here purely for my sake, then? Like a charity case?
My dear sweet girl, as far as you're concerned, I am the god of charity cases.
But you're not, are you? Pan was the god of lust and mischief. Doesn't sound too charitable to me.
Ah, yes. The old tales of the gods. Such antics, such fantasy. Pay them no mind.
You know, you could be the killer, for all I know.
Come to mislead you, perhaps. How fiendishly clever of me. Well called, darling.
And maybe even true.
Poor Pan! To be eternally maligned and mistrusted. Alas, and alas, and alas. I doubt there's a line of idols waiting to offer you advice, Grace. But whether you accept mine or not is for you to decide.
Alright.
Okay, I'll bite. What's your advice? I have to admit, I don't really know where to start.
Well, I'm not normally one to run amok telling others how to live their lives. But have you considered using your powers?
My powers?
Music, art, passion. You are the last muse, and all these are now your province.
What do you mean, my province?
Each of us has, how shall I say, our talents. Yours is music, as befits a muse.
You're like the original rock star, Grace.
Okay, but how does that help me find Calliope's murderer?
Allow me to expedite the process of understanding. Now then, close your eyes. You hear that? It's coming from you. When you sing, what emotion does it summon?
I don't know.
You open your eyes, you look into the crowd, and you feel
powerful.
Grace, you know that you're lost now. You've been given powers you don't understand. I'm the guy who can help you. All that you hear is at your command.
Wait.
No, it's okay, Freddy. This is all me? What do I do?
Start singing.
Now?
Why not? Time's a wasting.
Freddy, he's got me shaking. I don't know what I'm meant to do. Something in me's awakening. But this guy thinks I'm some great ingenue. I'm doing it now, huh? I don't follow.
Are those really actual horns? And this singing is so hard to swallow. Can you hear me, Grace? What's going on?
Lost girls, you all love your lost girls. A rescue that you can take home.
I won't say you need saving. You're not drowning, you're waving. And you two, are you dating? It's so titillating.
Grace, we gotta be careful. Has he slipped something into our drinks? Spouting crap about powers. He could be dangerous. What do you think?
I mean, I'm choosing all the green
Freddy,
ones.
I hear you. We've only just met. Now he's my new best friend. Now I'll owe him a favor. And what will he want in the end?
You're lucky. I got to you. There's people out there who will come for you. I've heard that you're making so much ado. You're lost and I'm trying to help.
Lost girls, you all love your lost girls. A rescue that you can take home.
Whether you're mean, smart, or nice, guys.
If you don't
fine. So what happens now?
I can do whatever I want.
Well, you can't stop time, so...
Grace, I'm frightened.
It's okay. I think I got this.
I never knew I had that in me.
Who's making this happen? This isn't a game.
You don't understand.
This has all gotten out of hand.
Nothing for Grace will ever be the same.
Lost girls, you all love your lost girls. A rescue that you can take home. Oh, you can see we're at home.
I see what I see, kid. Freddie has no idea, kid. You'd be far better off on your own.
I don't know about that.
Really? Now you're just being silly. Maybe the muse isn't feeling the gravity. Or do you refuse and, like ostriches, happily stick your heads in the sand? Grace, I could be your right hand. Freddie, you better leave her alone. Let me do what I do or she'll sink like a stone.
Lost girl, I know I'm not a lost girl, but this is all new and I don't know what to do. Should I stay with my bestie? This goat's getting testy. Won't be lost on my own. I'll always be home.
Sorry to break it to you, Pan, but I'm not abandoning my best friend.
That's your choice. Humdrum mortality.
How about trusting in those who love her instead of those who want to use her?
Oh my, such drama. No matter how you employ it, Grace, this is the power of a muse, drawing out that which lies within. I trust you can see how that might be useful in your investigation.
I'll make them sing a song of confession.
Exactly so.
But only if they did it, right? I draw out the truth, not make them lie or do something they wouldn't.
Oh, you will be a natural at this, I can tell. A muse does not command. She evokes. She elicits. She inspires.
Look, Creepo, Grace already told you to take a hike.
So she did. Allow me to get to the point, then. For all your powers, you still need a place to begin your search. And this I can provide. An address. In the city. Where Calliope was staying, I do believe.
Thanks.
Her address? Thank you, that's perfect. Thank you.
Now this I consider a favor. One I hope you'll remember in future dealings.
That's perfect. We can look for clues there. What this Calliope was doing, who her enemies were.
I should remind you there is an element of danger. A killer is on the loose, no?
Then I'll definitely need backup.
You'll be fine. After all, what's a mortal to do that you cannot?
I can speak Hindi. Okay, fine, I get it. I need to find Kaz and Brian. Just tell them you're okay. If, not the other stuff.
Then I guess I'll go check this place out on my own.
So glad that's settled. I'll let you get to it. I've drinking to resume. Ta-ta.
Oh, hell yeah, Pan. I'm so sorry I decided to go all green here, but I like Pan. Pan's great. Aw, I got a trophy. Not a lost little girl. That's pretty great. All right. Oh, wow. I am exactly an hour into this. Let's see here. Oh yeah, hold on. I want to check that trophy I just got. Ooh, it's 38 trophies and a platinum. 0.0% of players have earned the platinum. Oh, I don't know, it's crazy. The game came out 3 days ago, but who knows? Maybe, just maybe, I can be the one to get all the trophies. Let's see. Oh yeah. 57% of people decide to stick by their bestie. No, that's nice. All right. Well, again, I am gonna have to leave again because I've been drinking, much like Pan. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. I'm also recording all this and I'm gonna upload it. But yeah, I am. Oh man, I'm ecstatic. I wasn't sure, because again, like I don't know. I don't know if I'm a weirdo in this, but like I love the absurdity of like musicals and stuff like that. Like I don't know, it's inherently hilarious to me to like just like in the middle of talking just suddenly start breaking out into music and singing. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. But yeah. Anyway, BRB again. My apologies. Get guess you say I'm a bit pissy or something. I don't know. Alright, and my apologies if you found that gross and find me disgusting. Perfectly understandable. Well, I'll get back into the game in a minute or two, if you'll allow me. Heyo. Papa. Journal. Ooh, let's read about Pan. I'm back the morning after going through the ringer, having just discovered I'm some kind of ancient muse, and guess who shows up at my apartment uninvited, poking around the kitchen like he's considering an investment. This idol's name is Pan, and I don't know what his deal is. He's a bit too smooth, seems to know a bit too much that he isn't saying, and just happened to know where to point me, which he offered for a price, of course. This one's shady, folks. I can just guess what kind of favor he's going to want. Oh, man. Alright. Sorry. I'll chill on my overwhelming excitement. I don't know. I'm having a great time. Damn, it's been like 5 minutes. Sorry about that. Sorry to any future VOD watchers. Hopefully you'll like somebody will comment. I don't know. I'm wondering if at some point, like for like all my videos, like somebody will be in the comments for like my live streams, be like, hey, he starts talking at this point, he comes back at this point. You know, I feel like that would be funny or helpful to people who would want that. But I don't think anyone would want that. Who wants to hear me? Yeah. Well, am I recording? I am. Don't want to make that mistake again.
Oh, it's open. That's not a good sign.
Or it's a great sign. Ooh, fancy apartment.
This is Calliope's apartment? I don't know what I was expecting, but not this. Hello? Oh, sure, Grace, good job. Just announce to the killer that you're here. I better have a look around.
Ooh. Start at the bottom.
So many instruments in here. Did she play all of them? A giant harp. Of course there's a giant harp.
Elvis. Why
I believe
Elvis?
This is just an ironic photo of Elvis, and she wasn't like his muse, or.
I love the Elvis diss. Fuck Elvis.
Right.
I mean, Elvis
These
is
aren't-
okay, I guess, if
Do
you're like
I
an
inherit
old fuck
these as the
who's
new
boring.
muse? Is that even okay to ask?
Yeah, it's fine to ask. Oh, let's not go upstairs yet. Guitar.
Damn, look at that. That's beautiful. How do you even get one of these?
God damn, I just love hearing Laura Bailey say anything. Like, Laura Bailey said damn,
After
and I
Calliope
melted.
left the audition, where did she go? Did she follow me? Did she come here?
Ah.
Did she paint that? Looks like it belongs in a museum. Andy Warhol, yeah, that makes sense. I wonder how many celebrities she knew. I don't see anything useful down here. Maybe there's something upstairs? Oh man, keep it together, Grace. It's just your average, everyday.
There were only 3 muses, you know, not 9.
Wait, is that Troy Baker?
Whenever they found someone who made something truly masterful or created a new art form, they'd pass on their idol on.
I just realized you're Troy
Take a
Baker,
new
and that's
name.
probably why I like you.
See, that's how the mortals became confused. They got it wrong. Like they got almost everything about us wrong.
Yep, it's Troy Baker. I knew it. I knew it as soon as I heard him here. I was like, that's Troy Baker. He scared me.
You scared me! Sitting there in the dark.
Oh.
For all I know, you could be the
Oh, hold on.
killer come to
Oh, wait. Yeah, just it may menu me for a moment. Continue.
Oh,
I don't want to be mean to Troy
Grace.
Baker. I love
It's just
Troy
your
Baker.
average,
Troy Baker is my
everyday-
second favorite actor.
There were only 3
Right
musicals,
behind Laura Bailey.
not 9.
Like they're definitely, in my opinion,
Whenever
the
they
king
found someone
and
who made
queen
something
of
truly
voice acting.
masterful or created a new art form,
And just acting as a whole, really.
take a new name. See, that's how the mortals became confused. They got it wrong. Like they got almost everything about us wrong.
You're Apollo, right? God of prophecy? One of the chorus.
Yeah,
Sometimes I am, yes.
What does that mean?
It means... It means sometimes I just feel like an old man who's lost too many friends.
Aww.
If I may ask, how did you find this place? And what are you doing here?
I'm looking for help. To save my life, remember?
Yes, I should apologize for that. Our ways must seem strange to you.
You don't need to apologize. You're the only one who really helped me.
It wasn't right, what they were doing.
It still isn't. I still need help.
I can't help you, Grace. I wish I could. You deserve better.
You don't realize how much that makes me want you, Apollo.
Can you tell me about Calliope? I barely knew her, but she seemed...
She was a beautiful soul, if troubled.
Troubled?
She thought the idols had lost their way. She argued with us, with all of us, that we needed to change. We hadn't spoken in years. I hadn't seen her home before today. I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, it's okay, Apollo.
This room is a mess. Did you do this?
This? It was like this when I got here.
And you didn't think that was in the least bit strange?
I didn't think much of it. I came here to be reminded of Calliope, not to search through her things. That and it's cleaner than my place.
Oh my god, I want you so bad.
Why can't you help me exactly? Pan said there's no specific rule against it.
You've already met Pan? How odd. It's not that I'm forbidden to help you, Grace. It's that you don't want my help.
Of course I do! You have to know more than me about almost everything!
My help will only make things worse.
How is that possible? I've been sentenced to death.
And without my help, you stand a chance of avoiding that fate.
So you didn't mess up the room, but someone must have. There could be a clue.
No, nothing that I've seen. All this mess, as you put it, is likely the result of her projects.
Her projects?
When Calliope got an idea in her head, she would obsess over it, sometimes for months, even years. I don't know what she was involved with lately, but this... for her, this is nothing.
So let me get this straight. You'll speak up for me, but you won't lift a finger to help.
You don't want me to do more.
You keep saying that, but it doesn't make any sense. If you didn't want to help, that'd be one thing. But insisting I don't want you to? Why not?
Can't do this.
I can see this is hard for you, I really can. But I don't understand.
You don't know what you're asking.
Do I have to beg? For whatever reason you helped me before. My life is still on the line.
I haven't sung in centuries.
Oh, come on,
According to
Apollo,
Pan,
sing.
I can't force anyone to do anything.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I get to hear Troy Baker sing. Troy Baker and Laura Bailey. This is a dream come true. This is well worth the $30.
Feeding thoughts, thoughts that never end. What did I do? What didn't I do? Here she is, only in your head. Long gone fights, but they're never dead. What did I do? What didn't I do?
Calliope, what was she to you?
Years, thousands of years, we walked side by side. She tried, said there's other paths. Don't walk the same, never the same. I have roads I like, smooth, paved in stone. She got tired of our divide. We weren't the same, never the same.
You held fast. What's that about?
Stubborn me, thought I'd wait her out. Usually, she'd come back to me. You see, she'd return. We do that old dance, knowing both there was not a chance that I would change, but she never came.
Years, thousands of years, and now you're left behind. Your mind still hears her say, break from the same, never the same. Listen to her, break from the same, never the same.
But I've tried.
Never with me. We haven't tried.
Let's see.
Tell me if it's too hard. If I pushed you too far, just say
It's okay. She's gone. Can't be the same. Never the same. That hidden voice, it'll always play on a loop. It'll always say, what did I do? What didn't I do?
it's a song you can't erase, but you can make a tiny space for what you will do. Something new.
Very well, I'll help. Though I'm uncertain what you expect me to do.
Athena called you the god
My
of
man.
prophecy, didn't she? Isn't that telling the future?
Prophecy is the last thing you need, Grace.
It'd be helpful if you could explain why, exactly. This is all new to me, remember?
Yes, of course, that's true. It's so easy to forget that. To receive a prophecy is not simply to be told what might happen, it's to be told what will happen. To know a prophecy is to be bound to its outcome. Only in ignorance is one free to choose.
What? That makes no sense. If you tell me I'm gonna fall into a hole...
Then you will.
No, but I'll just avoid holes. All holes, any hole.
And the act of trying to avoid them is what will make you fall. Worse, prophecies are never crystal clear. Sometimes you won't understand the full meaning until it's too late.
Okay, is there anything you can do that isn't prophecy-related?
Not directly, but yes, possibly. Come with me. There's someone I'd like you to meet.
Ooh.
This is where you live?
Oh, yes, sometimes. And excuse the mess, I don't get many visitors.
Don't worry about it. I have 3 brothers. I've seen a mess or two.
Well, you're being kind. I admit I hadn't realized how bad it was.
You said I'm here to meet someone?
Ah, yes. Do you know what an oracle is?
Oh, fortune teller?
Someone who tells the future?
Not quite. They serve as a channel of sorts for my powers. This allows them to offer insight, knowledge they have no earthly means to possess. There's always been one. Over the ages, no matter where I go, one manages to find me.
Meaning there's an oracle here.
There is.
What?
I have brought someone to see you.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not a magic fortune cookie. Is that what Paul told you? Oracle's my handle. And even if I was the Oracle, I'm certainly not his Oracle.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Oracle.
Huh. Well, she's got better manners than the last lady you brought here. But at least that one had a casserole. Do you have a casserole?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Look, I'm sure he told you all sorts of nonsense. I use computers. I'm a hacker. That's it.
Hey,
I
right
ask
on.
very little of you, Oracle. Your help here would be appreciated.
Fine. Get your abs in a twist.
Yeah, I assume you live here
Okay,
rent-free.
so Paul brought you all this way just to see little old me. What's on your mind, sis?
Keep calling him Paul.
You keep saying Paul. Do you mean Apollo?
Yeah, I know. Apollo, if that is his real name, says he's a god of prophecy, blah, 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 blah.
But you don't believe him.
Believe him? Who'd believe that? It's super weird, but he's a decent guy, so he can be Apollo if he wants, but I just can't call him that.
It seems a little weird of you, but sure. You good with computers?
So you're an oracle who uses the internet, huh?
Like I said, it's my handle, and yeah.
God, but
it's a sweet
two
setup,
boomers over here.
Some of it's even legit.
So you use the internet?
Parts I purchased for her, presumably.
Bargain for, fair and square. And I keep telling you to get me an Ethernet cable.
I don't know what that is.
It's the 21st century, Paul. And your 21st century Oracle needs her some download speed, okay?
So, you live here?
Do you live here?
I crash here, yeah. Better here than home.
She showed up one day, as the oracles do. Naturally, she is welcome to stay as long as she likes.
See the way he talks? I thought maybe he was a creep at first, but nah. Paul's aight.
The highest of praise.
He'd be more alright if he did some laundry.
Tell me, is Apollo always so...
Incredibly emo? Like a sack stuffed with sand?
I am standing right here.
Don't get me wrong. It grows on you after a while.
Grace, surely this is not what you came for.
This is exactly what I came for, Apollo.
Oh, I don't know. It's cute watching you get all flustered.
Well, it's hardly productive, is it?
See, there you go again.
Ugh. Get a room. A different room.
With pleasure, but I need information.
I'm looking for information about someone named Calliope. Can you help?
Oh, the lady from that apartment I sent Paul to. Yeah, I've been checking that out.
What did I tell you?
I looked it up. You could do the same if you learned to use a computer. Here, hold up, I'll show you. There. The apartment was originally purchased 2 years ago by a holding company, Core with a K Enterprises.
Oh. Oh, I see. That would be Persephone.
That's... Oh. I'm gonna be honest, that's one of the few things that I've known for sure. I was like, oh yeah, Persephone.
I knew it! All that rage back at the course had to be an act. She's involved in this somehow.
I realized Persephone was angry, but I didn't know she and Calliope were friends. How strange. The good news is that
To be
Persephone
fair, you
is
haven't
easy to find.
talked to her at all in years. That
take
seems
you
like
to
your
her if you like.
backstory, my guy. Sure.
Whatever happened to, I can't help you, Grace. I'll just make it worse, Grace.
I admit, you've got me curious.
Great! We're all done now.
Thank you for your help, Oracle. Please, do try to get out from behind your screens at least once today. Perhaps go for a walk.
Yeah, sure, will do. Leave a tip on your way out.
All right. And now here's where we're gonna have a little classic break, because that's just how it is and how it's gonna be. My apologies. I'll be back in a few minutes at least. I don't know. Might be a minute. Might be several. Might be 10. I don't know. Ew. Let's see. Oh, okay. New stuff does get added. Cool. Freddy was at the apartment when Pan arrived, so I had to tell her everything. Part of me feels bad for getting her involved, but I have to admit, none of this quite felt real until I did. If anyone can figure this out, she can. Greek mythology's been her thing since 7th grade, and I'm glad she was there to back me up during the song with Pan. When we put our heads together, we can handle anything. Aw, that's nice. Hmm. Okay. I keep thinking about what Calliope said to me before she died. She seemed so sad. Did she know this was going to happen? Most of all, why did she pick me? It appears Calliope was staying at an apartment, one that belongs to Persephone of all people, and it's actually not too far from mine. Could that be where Calliope was attacked? Am I crazy for agreeing to go check it out by myself? Calliope was one of 3 idols called the Muses. The last one was still living, according to Apollo. Once they were his constant companions, but in the last few years they grew apart. Calliope was angry at how the idols had lost their way, and apparently argued with everyone a lot. Which doesn't sound like the Calliope I met at all. If it's true, it means she wasn't the most popular idol, and there may be more suspects than I imagined. I visited Calliope's apartment. It was gorgeous, filled with every musical instrument you could imagine, and memorabilia dating back, I don't know, 100 years or more? She had everything she could possibly want, or need, at her fingertips. Is this what it means to be the muse? Oh, man. I gotta say, this game's a lot of fun. I'm quite enjoying it so far. Which I'm going to be honest, I had a brief moment where I thought I had the feeling, oh my god, is this all cringe? Oh my god, am I embarrassing myself? I'm embarrassing myself. This is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done, and I'll never live it down for the rest of my life. Kind of how it feels when, um, actually, I made like a little let's play of, uh, Hatato boyfriend or whatever, which, if you don't remember, and I'm probably not saying that right, my apologies, but, uh, that's the pigeon dating simulator where you date pigeons, and it's like, a dating sim parody comedy thing. And like I made a let's play of that, and then like my friends found it and they were like joking around by it, and I was like, oh my god, this is embarrassing. I deleted the video. It's gone forever. It'll never be back. And I feel a bit bad about that. But that's how I felt making this a minute ago, and just so happened to coincide with me doing a little bit of a weed, so I might explain why my anxiety was peaking. But yeah, at the end of the day, whatever. I don't care. This is fun, and I am gonna continue to have fun playing it. Yeah, here we go. uh, could he have killed Calliope? I can't take anything for granted when it comes to these people. I went to Calliope's apartment, and who should I find there? Apollo, sitting there in the dark, in a room that had obviously been turned inside out by somebody searching for something. He says he didn't do it, and that there was mourning, and that he was there mourning Calliope? Sorry, I'm extremely fucked up, as you can probably tell. As you probably know. Well, not extremely. Decently. They were close for a long time, it seems, but a rift began between them a couple years ago that never quite healed. Was it the kind of rift that might lead to a murder? For one, he keeps saying that helping me will do more harm than good. What does that even mean? According to him, his prophecies lock you into your fate as soon as you hear them, which could be good or bad, I guess. Apparently, they're not always 100% clear, so maybe he's right. Maybe it's better not to know. Yeah, fuck prophecies. Thankfully, Apollo did have another way to help me, namely through a teenage computer whiz who lives in his dump of a home, the Oracle, or just Oracle, as she insists that's just her handle. She found out that Calliope's apartment was owned by Persephone, so we're off to her nightclub to ask her why. Oh, we're going there? What? Alright, fair enough. But, oh yeah, no, but the fun thing about it, and the reason why I came back and to just end stream and go hide under my bed or something and wait for night to come, so that way I can exist where not a single soul can see me for the human that I am. But yeah, no, I'm also a little bit buzzed. So I got one side of me that's like, oh, I'm scared, and then I got the other side of me who's like, don't be a pussy. Come on, cut that shit out. Oh, whoops, I'm not done. Athena. Let's see. And maybe she, yeah, and maybe she killed Calliope, and that makes me an annoyance, because that means her murder didn't quite take. But then why? Why give me the chance to prove myself? Oh yeah, wait. I already read that. I wasn't sure if I did or not. Persephone. Whatever it is, it's pretty clear this Persephone hates me, and not just because she thinks I'm a murderer, because don't they all think that? It feels personal. Those sharp eyes of hers wanted to gut me and hang me on a clothesline, so I better watch my back. According to the Oracle, Persephone owns the apartment Calliope was living in, so they knew each other? They were close? I guess she's on I guess she's next on my list of idols to talk to, though I have a feeling she's not going to be very happy to see me. And then pans. I'm back in the morning after going through the ringer, having just discovered I'm some kind of ancient muse, and guess who shows up at my apartment, uninvited, poking around the kitchen like he's considering an investment. This idol's name is Pan, and I don't know what his deal is. He's a bit too smooth, seems to know a bit too much that he isn't saying, and just so happened to know where to point me, which he offered for a price, of course. This one's shady, folks. I can just guess what kind of favor he's going to want. Alright, going to the underworld now. Nope. This ought to be fun. Ooh, nice. I thought that was the outside, but no, that's the inside.
Welcome to the underworld.
Wow. How have I never heard of this place?
Persephone keeps it a secret, while still managing to draw a crowd every night. Don't ask me how. Here in the underworld, idols can be themselves.
Okay.
Even if they don't look human.
There's 3 people here to talk to, at least.
Do you come here often?
Oh, no. Persephone and I aren't friends.
Is she friends with anyone?
Not many, no. Except Calliope, apparently. If we're to find Persephone in all this, we'll need to split up. Have you considered what you'll say to her?
I'll figure something out. I can be persuasive when I want to be.
I'm aware.
I will say, I'm a little
I'm
annoyed
just not sure
that, like,
even
every
you
time I have
could
to move the
sweet-talk
left
Persephone.
stick down to actually select
Is that
it.
a challenge?
Like, it defaults to
the
that, but I
truth.
can't select it. If I hit
If
X,
Persephone
it'll be
really
like, nope.
was friends with Calliope, talking to you might be the last thing she wants. You need to be prepared to use your powers.
Little thing I would maybe
as you did with
update.
me. Come find me in the crown if you need anything.
Just me.
Otherwise, Be careful, Grace.
Yeah, whatever, sun guy. Yeah, of course, confirmed, game.
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me. Every staff member I approach screams and runs off. I hope your search has been more successful.
It might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
What's her
What's
story?
Persephone's story? Her name rings a bell, but I don't...
No doubt you've heard the tale of how Hades, lord of the underworld, kidnapped a young sweet goddess and made her his wife.
That sweet young goddess was... Persephone.
Don't be mean.
Mm-hmm. Her mother, Demeter, was so enraged she blanketed the world in ice, rendering it barren and infertile. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades, and thus the matter was resolved. Well, you asked. That's her story, as the mortals tell it.
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
Well, let's see. Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That quieted things. At least until Persephone killed Hades.
Right on.
Sounds like Hades had it coming.
I'd like to say we handled it well. That Zeus and the idols were mindful of what Persephone had been through, but that would be a lie. Persephone was punished for the murder.
Aww.
The underworld taken from her. And we all stood by and let it happen. She has never forgiven us. And honestly, I can't blame her.
Oh, I see why you're such a sad boy.
And that was thousands of years ago.
The price of immortality. Some things you just don't get over.
Alright.
You don't come here often, I'm guessing?
Never. I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in Apollo land?
Once. When I had the muses to keep me company.
One time?
I'm a muse now. I can keep you company.
Nothing would make me happier. But you do have a predicament to solve first.
Wait, Persephone killed another idol.
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been... I don't know.
Executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. Back then, we heard Persephone had usurped Hades' throne, but we couldn't believe it. It just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
Why didn't you see it coming? You're the god of prophecy.
When I look, I learned long ago not to.
So what happened to Persephone after...
The murder? She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the New World, I think she would have left us if it was allowed. It isn't, so instead she did as she pleased. She started a cult, became a crime boss.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what?
It was after her last transition, but honestly, I have no insight into anything Persephone does these days.
I'll get going. I still need to find Persephone.
I'll keep trying as well.
Alright. Cool. Let's talk to Eros. Oh, that's you. I saw you. You're one of the only people that's actually detailed.
Oh. Hey. You're the new muse, aren't you?
I guess I am, yeah.
Aphrodite mentioned it. Didn't figure I'd see you here, though. Oh, excuse the manners. Name's Eros, god of sex.
You know Aphrodite, right? I only met her the once.
Sure, she's my mother. You know how it is.
How would I know? New here, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking. You hear a lot of idols talk about each other like that. You know, mother, brother, sister, grandfather. None of us are actually related. We just played a family for so many centuries. It may as well be true.
Oh, interesting.
So Aphrodite is your mother, but not really.
That's right. A long time ago, she took care of me when I needed taking care of. The mortals, they just assumed. These days, well, it's not like that anymore. Not as invulnerable as we used to be. Least of all, Aphrodite.
Hey, did you say that you're the god of sex?
Desire, really. Sensuality. Attraction. Why? Were you expecting a chubby little flying baby with a bow and arrow?
I wasn't...
I actually preferred Cupid, but Pan had to be the trickster. Spread all those stupid stories.
I'm sorry?
Why? It's not your fault. Just another grudge I get to carry around forever.
This guy's a bit of a himbo.
The god of sex at a club. Looking for someone?
Once I might have, sure. Now I'm just here to see it happen.
See what happen?
Look out there. See all these people. The hope, the anticipation, the connections, they bounce off each other. To me, it's like lightning.
And you enjoy that?
I used to make it happen, you know. Mortals once begged me to make it happen, to inspire true love. But now I only inspire sex. Not the same thing. It's just as well. People should find true love the hard way, or value it more.
You seem a little distracted. Is everything okay?
Of course it is. Sure. Not obvious, huh? Truth is, I don't come here that often. No, it's hard to get away. I just want... Nope, never mind.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm willing to listen if you need to talk.
I appreciate that. Maybe some other time.
Here's the thing. I'm looking for Persephone, but I can't find her anywhere.
Well, I know where she is, but I question whether she'd be happy to see you. I like you, but Mother told me what happened at the chorus. I don't want to cause trouble with Persephone.
Oh.
I don't know Persephone well, but considering what I do know, I don't blame you.
I know it's lousy, and I'm sorry. I hope I can make it up to you someday.
Hey, I'm sure you will.
I'll see you around.
Count on it.
I gotta talk to Hermes.
Whoa, you're here. I mean, you gotta be somewhere, but you're here.
Hello, Hermes.
Sorry about running off on you back at the thing. Didn't really have a choice, but sorry anyway.
You're not much like the other idols, are you?
No? I haven't been an idol very long. Maybe like a year? I've lost track. So, I'm not the one to ask about the idol stuff. It's all cool, but mostly I do whatever Athena asks. Athena says one day I'll sit on the chorus. That'll be sick. Can you imagine me in charge?
Why not? Maybe you can shake some dust off the other idols.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of dust.
You're right about that.
I don't think Athena would let me clean anything anyway. She won't even let me touch her spear.
You've only been an idol for a year? How did that happen?
Probably same way it did with you.
Oh, the old Hermes died in your arms and then they accused you of his murder?
No. Well, yes. I mean, no, not like that. But yeah. I was there when he died. We were friends, and I was having trouble at home, and he helped me out. I miss him.
Can I ask how he died?
He didn't want to be here anymore.
You mean...
I'd rather not talk about it. I'm him now. It's all good.
When Calliope died, you were right there. Within moments. How did you know?
I told you. I got word, so I came.
But how did you get word?
Look, when an idol dies, I have to be there. So I just know. It's a Hermes thing.
That sounds grim.
It's not so bad. Corone could be less creepy, though.
Who's Corone?
The boat guy. He keeps asking me for a mixtape.
Corone?
What is that?
This is probably a stupid question,
Corone's
but...
fine. I'm used
Do
to
you
Karen.
know who might have killed Calliope?
Ugh, why would I know anything about that?
When you came to the apartment, it seemed like you knew her.
Oh no, I only met her once. She didn't live with the rest of the idols or hang out with us very much. She seemed nice though. Angry, maybe. But I don't know who'd want to hurt her.
How was she angry?
Pissed off. But more because she cared about everyone too much not to be. I don't know, that's what I thought anyhow. I'm probably wrong.
Do you know if Persephone is here? I need to talk to her.
Oh, you're serious. Why would you want to talk to Persephone? Nobody ever wants that. One time, I laughed too loud near her, and she threatened to ban me from the club. I don't want to be banned. I like it here.
Is Persephone really that bad? Why do the idols put up with her?
We're like family, and Persephone is that really mean aunt that nobody wants to invite. Don't tell her I said that. She keeps a list. It's a thing.
Okay, forget I asked.
Whew! Man, just the thought of talking to Persephone gives me goosebumps. Blech.
We'll see you around?
If you die, then for sure. But, don't die.
Now, I can't help but feel like Pan is going to be the one to talk to find out everything, so I'm going to talk to Apollo again.
No luck
if
yet,
there's
I'm
anything
afraid.
new.
And why is the music here so loud?
I thought she was just mad at me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone's angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time. I've told you why. But it's more than that. She does not let go of a grudge. 1,000 years could pass, and Persephone will remember what you did like it was yesterday.
I'll get going. I still need to find Persephone.
I'll keep trying as well.
That, 1,000-yard stare is pretty hilarious. Alright, time to talk to Pan.
As I live and breathe, if it isn't our dear muse.
Hi, Pan.
Tell me, have you decided to leave your troubles behind and join us in the land of shadows and revelry?
I will say the one negative thing
I should thank
saw
you
for this
for
game
the address.
was the
It's
audio
what
balance
led me
was
here.
a bit off. Like the
No
one
need to
negative
thank
review
me.
that I saw on
You'll
Steam.
owe me.
And yeah, they're 100%
How
right.
you
The audio
managed to
balance is
stir
way
the
off.
sun god from his oh-so-tiresome gloom,
And
I
I
cannot
take it that
imagine.
most of these voice actors recorded this
Nicely
from
done.
home on their own setup. I mean, I don't know. It might not be. But,
I like him. It took some convincing, but at least he's helping me without asking anything in return.
Truly, how do you function with such naivete?
Do you know something I don't?
Yes. I'm sorry, was that in question?
I'm guessing it's a total coincidence that I'm running into you here.
It must be. The alternative would be that I knew a great many things ahead of time.
Well, did you?
Do I look like an oracle? I am here to listen to thrilling music and meet delicious people. My tastes are simple.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of simple tastes, my glass is empty again. The service here is appalling.
I assume you're a regular at this club?
And why would you assume that, dear Grace?
The horns, you... Do you know Persephone well?
There is no knowing Persephone well. She won't have it. Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Long ago, we were all very different. Over the span of ages, however, even mountains erode.
The things you say, the things you don't say. You don't make yourself seem trustworthy. You know that?
Trust is for the weak and the penniless.
Still not helping.
Why, Grace, are you assuming that I, Pan, am some sort of scoundrel?
It's more that I'm stating it outright.
Rejected twice in a row. How will I ever recover from such insult, I ask you?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to tell you, Grace. Even an idol needs to get by.
You must know why I'm here, right?
Let me guess. You seek our sweet-natured proprietress.
Can you help me find her?
Earlier I wasn't good enough, but now, I see how it is. By all means, I'd love to tell Persephone that the source of her rage has intruded on her domain.
What if I asked you really nicely and batted my eyelashes, like so?
Oh no, not my one true weakness.
I could also flatter you, tell you how shiny your horns are.
All right, all right. Never let it be said that flattery gets one nowhere. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll take you to Persephone.
I really appreciate it.
Do keep that in mind after you've spoken to her.
Man, this is fun.
No luck yet, I'm afraid. And why is the music here so loud?
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally. I'll be right behind you.
You're coming with me? But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
That is so wrong, Apollo.
We'll see, I guess.
But yeah, come along. Also, by the way, if you're wondering why, when he was like, "Oh, do I seem like a scoundrel to you?" I was in the other room getting water because I'm thirsty. But yeah, like literally, like physically thirsty. Like, okay. Oh, man.
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal with you later. I was willing to leave you be, Grace, to wait until your guilt was certain. And yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy? Are you here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
This isn't a challenge, Persephone. I have questions.
Questions for me? Good. Because I have questions for you. Do you really expect us to believe that Calliope chose you? What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate? Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she agreed to hand over her eidolon?
Persephone.
Seems like you're projecting.
You
a
have
little
every
bit.
reason to try to prove your innocence, Grace. But I have no reason to help you.
You knew Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
She was staying at your apartment.
You knew her. Better than I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
Prove you didn't. That's how idols work, isn't it?
Well, I already paused. Don't mind me, I can save scum if I like to.
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal with you later. I was willing to leave you be, Grace, to wait until your guilt was certain. And yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy? Are you here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
This isn't a challenge, Persephone. I have questions.
Questions for me? Good. Because I have questions for you. Do you really expect us to believe that Calliope chose you? What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate? Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she agreed to hand over her eidolon?
Persephone, this isn't...
You have every reason to try to prove your innocence, Grace. But I have no reason to help you.
Now would be a good time to mediate, Apollo.
Is that why you're here, brother? Because you know me so well?
Because I know that you care. Far more deeply than you could ever admit.
How would you know that? You resigned. You abandoned everything and everyone who ever needed you. You don't know the first thing about me, and you never did. Just crawl back into your dark little hole, Apollo.
No.
You knew Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
She was staying at your apartment.
You knew her. Better than I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
Prove you didn't. That's how idols work, isn't it?
Ooh.
You hear that? You're in my house, little muse. You want answers? Fight for them. A lost little girl. You shouldn't have come here. And I sure ain't in the mood to make new friends. Go home, little girl. The shadows drawing near. And you all alone. We both know how this ends. Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
Thanks for the welcome, it's my first time here. You've made your feelings for me crystal clear.
Oh my God.
Your show, I'll just go grab a beer. Didn't come here to quarrel with you. Love what you've done here, this place comes up well. You've nailed the theme, it really feels like hell. Guess you're not looking for new clientele. Just as well, that's a 5-star review. Let's try the easy way. Hear what I have to say.
They get younger every year. Little big shots that drift through here think they're bringing something new through the door. And you've heard it 1,000 times before. Honey, I've heard it 1,000 times before. Honey, I've heard it 1,000 times.
Why would I come down here and start a brawl? I'm just running out of time is all. If it's true that I'm just lost and small, why you keeping your guard up?
Now she's lifting rifts from pen, so familiar, so secondhand. What a stock dime a dozen troubadour. Honey, we've heard it 1,000 times before. Oh, we've heard it 1,000 times.
Oh.
And I guess you've heard it all before. Gave it my best and then you slammed the door. Raises the question, who else you'd ignore?
They get younger
Stay in the dark
every
and fight
year.
your endless war.
The little big
Certain
shots
you can't be surprised anymore.
think they're
You know,
bringing
there's
something
someone else that I speak
new,
for.
but you've heard it.
Do you hear that?
Calliope.
If she had something to say, would you turn her away?
Please don't do this.
You're lost, Persephone. You've buried yourself on stage in the blinding lights. You're hiding here. You ate a bad seed. That's not on me. Rotten too long, blossomed all wrong.
We change shape. In time, you'll see we all rot away into who we will be. Your youth wasn't stolen like it was from me.
Let me help you.
Don't touch me. I don't need help from any of you. I was alone when you know who kidnapped and crushed all my dreams till a muse. I just want Calliope back.
You overcame so much on your own. You should be praised. I'm done throwing stones. Please believe me. Do you see me bowing down to you, my queen? Underworld, I hereby
I love this so much. This is so great.
You wanted blood, well, there's no more to bleed. Your queen's above that. Now I get that. But can you help Persephone? Help a lost little girl.
Well, you won.
So it appears. If what you told the chorus is true, why do you think Calliope came to you that night?
Maybe she thought I could help her. She must have been nearby when whatever happened, happened.
I see. All right, Grace. Come with me. Calliope came to me years ago. She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker. She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt. So I gave her the apartment.
So you must know better than anyone what she's been up to.
Not exactly. Calliope and I haven't spoken for at least 2 years. After I heard the news, I went to the apartment and turned it upside down. I had to know the truth.
That was you?
I didn't find anything. Nothing to say what she had been involved with, or gotten into, or who she might have been fighting with.
I don't know. That sounds suspicious.
I hoped I could find evidence, something that made sense. But no, it was only you.
I made sense?
At the time, but now that I've seen how clever you are, I'm beginning to wonder if Calliope didn't choose you after all.
If it wasn't Grace, that means someone else was behind Calliope's death. Someone who could keep their involvement hidden.
One of us.
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed Calliope. Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how he might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it. If another mortal killed her, they somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If Calliope was attacked elsewhere, even magic revealed no trace of it.
Wait. Did you say magic?
You can battle me through a song in a world of your own creation, and yet magic is beyond belief?
Well, sure. I just thought...
We have our powers just as you have yours.
I can grow a field of corn like nobody's business.
Some would say our powers are also magic, but true magic is a different and older power. Hecate's domain.
And it was of no use here.
We shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything yet.
Did Calliope have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have. What? What am I missing?
Calliope had a way of making people angry. She could be argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that you or I know of, apparently, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
What about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
He did what?
I have to wonder what his angle is.
He has one, that's for certain. Though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too... messy.
Still, we should consider the idea. For him to show up so quickly is... odd.
What about Athena? She seemed awfully insistent on declaring me guilty, don't you think?
Athena? No, Athena follows the rules.
Well...
Athena has one goal, and one goal only. To protect the idols. And that included Calliope. She'll eventually drive us all mad with her vigilance, but break her own rules? I don't see it.
Couldn't we go to Athena with this? If you've changed your minds and you're both part of the chorus...
Athena would be sympathetic, but... the die has been cast.
She won't go back on the edict, not without clear evidence.
Oh, now you want evidence?
She acted on the information she had. If we want to sway her, we need something better.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the woman who forced Grace to challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that? Are you forgetting what the Muses meant to me?
Please, both of you! None of this will help Calliope. I know you both miss her. I know you cared about her, but She's not completely gone. A piece of her is in me. She came to me for help, and I don't want to die any more than she did.
Calliope, I'm listening now. Tell us what end you were doomed to.
Calliope, blinded by fire, one match did you strike that consumed you.
How could you blame her? What could she have done to earn such a fate? You are blinded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
You say that you knew her, she was family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a throne, go bitter with fury. Not everyone seeks to betray you.
Stop this. Please remember what we are here to do.
We must avenge our muse.
Apollo, your help is not needed here. Go ahead and abandon another muse.
How could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to a terrible fate.
You replay your injuries till it's too late.
You know how far I bent before I snapped.
This is not about you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, God of the sun. Aren't you a queen with all that that means? Stop looking for a fight. These old wounds, they confine you. You're more than your pain.
She abandoned us.
Follow him or stay.
Oh, God. Sorry, I'm choosing Apollo. I gotta go with my boy. I like you, Persephone, but he's my boy. My man, Troy Baker.
That was not my finest moment. Persephone will never let this go.
You kind of went dark and stormy back there. It was impressive.
I honestly thought I had left that behind me.
Left what? Signs of life? The world won't wither if you raise your voice, Apollo.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I just wish old habits didn't return so easily around her.
Family thing, huh?
That's why I've tried to avoid my fellow idols for so long. I don't like who I am when I'm with them.
Aww.
You'd think being thousands of years old would make idols more mature. And yet...
Oh, I've forgotten 10 lifetimes by now. Perhaps my maturity was in one of those. At least coming here was useful. You have a better idea of where to start looking, right?
I thought you'd decide that getting me into the underworld was enough.
What? Bring you to Persephone and then shrug? Not my problem now?
What I meant to say is... thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sorry. I'm not used to asking people for help.
It's all right. I certainly know that tune.
Where do we look then?
I need to give it some thought. This won't be easy. If another idol is behind this, they know us well. They had a plan.
So you don't know where to look next?
I need time to sort it out. Just be patient, Grace.
I have to ask, is Athena really not an option? She wouldn't see what you see? At all?
I respect Athena. She has dragged us into the modern age, sometimes kicking and screaming. She's why we're alive. But if I said that her need to keep us safe didn't drive her to extremes, I'd be lying. You represent a risk, Grace. To her, that is more important than any notion of compassion or justice.
I'm not that much of a risk, am I? I won't explode. What's the worst that could happen?
The worst is that we could be admitting either a murderer or a usurper into our ranks.
How awful.
She's protecting an idea as much as a physical reality. It's true. To her, there is no difference.
Is there anything I can do in the meantime? Someplace I can look?
Don't you want to relax? You haven't rested since this began.
Relax? Who can relax? I've been sentenced to death, Apollo.
Fair point. Even so, go home, Grace. The next time you see me, I'll have a better notion of what to do.
Fine. But I'm holding you to that.
Oh, he's a sad boy. I like him so much. Ooh, Act 2.
Hey, Freddy. Have you been waiting up this whole time?
Yeah? A goat man sends you off into the night. Your life is on the line. And I'm gonna, what, sleep? What if you were taken prisoner, kept in a cave by a cyclops, or I don't know, turned into a tree?
It's like...
I was worried sick.
A second ago, audio was perfect. Then she's yelling.
You were worried about me? Aw.
Well, you're my best friend in the whole world, Grace.
I keep hearing like
Plus,
a slight
you know,
pause,
what would the
a
band
little
do?
stutter when you say best
Right,
friend.
the band.
We're
are
besties,
Cousin Brian, anyway?
right?
I told them you were fine, which isn't a lie, because technically you are. Now tell me everything that happened. Huh. Persephone runs a club called the Underworld. That's a little on the nose.
I wouldn't suggest saying that to her face.
And you ended up siding with Apollo? Lord of the Sun, god of prophecy? Do you trust him?
I'm not sure. I think so. It doesn't seem like he's lying, but he's hard to read.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it.
So, what are your options? You need to go back to Apollo's place, right?
I could go back to the underworld. Make sure Persephone isn't taking my decision personally.
Oh, and, there's this. Pan left a card, says, "Come by Olympus." I doubt he means the mountain in Greece.
Huh. I wonder what he wants.
Probably to cash in his precious favor.
Still not a fan?
You know how some people just set your teeth on edge? That's Pan. I can't help it.
Oh, I like
but
Pan.
It doesn't matter. I said I'd help, and that's what I'll do. You can count on me, Grace.
Thanks, Freddy.
The muse! Oh, the embodiment of inspiration! Can you believe it?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, man. Oh. I gotta make decisions, and there's a lot. I wonder if there's like a skip button. I obviously don't want to find it now, but like, I wonder if you're trying to go through all the trophies, if you have to like sit through everything again. Because like, it'll be interesting to go through and do like the different playthroughs. Because like, I chose green. I'm sticking with green. I'm charming. That's my thing. I met Eros, the god of sex, just hanging around in the underworld, looking like a Turkish wrestler taking a quick break from his BDSM dungeon. He was nice enough, if kind of wrapped up in his own problems. Hardly seemed the killer type, but what do I know? Alright. Man, this is gonna be a lot. Alright, well. I'm sorry, but we're going the Apollo route. I like Troy Baker. I love Troy Baker. I'll be honest with you. Don't know as a person, but as an actor,
Grace, you're back.
I think he's fantastic.
That's good. I was just about to call you.
He means he wants me to call you because Paul here still hasn't figured out how to use a phone.
That's not true. I know how, I just don't like them. They're confusing. Anyhow, I've been contemplating our list of suspects, and I think Pan is someone we need to consider.
Wait. You don't like phones?
I just don't like talking to people I can't see.
No, it's the ringtones. They scare the crap out of him. I kid you not.
I'm not frightened. Only a child would be frightened. They're just very loud.
Yeah.
Can we return to the subject of Pan, please?
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
Persephone did, but I've had time to think it over. Pan is a schemer, a traitor in favors. He always has been. His sudden appearance in all this cannot be coincidental.
You think he could have killed Calliope after all?
Perhaps. Or he knows who did and is trying to turn it to his benefit. He always knows more than he pretends.
You should know. Pan asked me to meet him at Olympus. I'm not sure why.
Wait, he wants to see you again? I don't like this.
Neither do I. He decided I owe him a favor after he came to my apartment.
That sounds about right for him. Aphrodite is holding a party of sorts, one you should attend. She is closest to Pan. Indeed, she knows almost all the idols. If anyone is up to something, she's bound to know.
What do you mean by a party of sorts? I mean, I'm always down for a party, but...
It's more of a remembrance than a party, really. It's difficult to describe.
That's awfully vague, Apollo.
It'll be easier to see for yourself. It's nothing you can't handle.
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm pretty high at the moment, but I'm gonna be honest. I love Laura Bailey. I love how she can, like, kind of switch from being, like, cool to nerdy at, like, a moment's notice. I don't know, it's cool. I always really liked her ever since, like, Saints Row the Third, and then, I played, what was it? Persona 4. It's literally right in front of me. I can see the Vita case I have for it. But yeah, it was funny to realize that she was Rize in the game, and Kanji was Troy Baker. And then Troy Baker is Joel in The Last of Us, and Laura Bailey is Abby.
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
Well, talking to Aphrodite isn't something anyone does with much success these days.
Well, if that's the case, what makes you think I'll get anywhere?
There's a standing invitation for the Muse to attend this party. Calliope never went, so Aphrodite will be thrilled to see you. Trust me. If I thought you couldn't get her to talk, I wouldn't suggest it.
Okay, I'll go. Eventually.
Perfect. I will see you there.
Paul, you should see this. The names you wanted me to look up are getting weird results.
I don't doubt it. I was hoping you could...
Get over here!
No worries, Paul. I'll see you later.
Why are you not curious about the names? Alright. Well, let's talk to Persephone now. Oh. The UI is a little confusing. I'm
As
sure
I
it's
recall,
much
Grace,
easier
when I
on a
said
PC.
stay or leave, you chose to leave. If it wasn't clear, I don't give second chances. Or did you have some other reason for darkening my doorstep?
Ooh.
Couldn't be here for the cool music and a drink? I definitely need one.
Am I supposed to believe you're here to blow off steam?
Why not? Don't you ever?
Oh.
Ooh, here I thought I could drink. Lady, you have my respect and admiration.
You'll have an idol's fortitude in time. Now, however, I need to call our little evening to an end.
Oh.
It was actually great seeing you again, Persephone.
Oddly enough, I agree. What a strange twist, considering where we started.
Maybe we'll laugh about it in 100 years or so.
Maybe, if you live long enough. But one last word of advice before you go. If you want to survive, don't look to anyone else for help. Not Apollo, not Pan, not even me. You walked away from my offer, and I respect that. Make your choices and live with them.
All right, right on. Oh, man. Oof. Man, this is fun. This is fun. I am thoroughly enjoying this. But yeah, anyway, I have to do my classic bit where I'll be back in some amount of time. Alright. Heyo. I'm back, I think. Alright. Absurd that I can talk to Apollo again. That must seem super weird. What's up, Apollo?
Welcome back, Grace. Is there something you came to discuss?
Damn.
I'd like to know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
You are. What would you like to know?
Well, what are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
The short answer is, we don't know. If I think far enough back, I can remember bits and pieces. I remember my first Pythian games, the day the idols split in two over Troy, the day my first son died. But before that, nothing. None of us do. I vaguely recall the very first Apollo many thousands of years ago, but was he the original? Did he appear out of the ether? I couldn't tell you.
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
For centuries, we were far more. I was the god of the arts, and the muses were my constant companions. We went everywhere together. They had many names, but the three most common were Clio, Talia, and Calliope. The sisters of beauty, I called them, though they weren't always women.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Most of us seek out inheritors who are like us, I suppose, but not all. Calliope, in fact, was a man in her previous incarnation. Christoph, I think his name was. A poet Calliope adored. I was surprised when she made him a muse.
Who did Calliope become after that poet, Christoph?
You have to realize we're already into the period where Calliope and I weren't really speaking. She showed up one day in her new form, the one you met. An opera singer whose name she never revealed. We fought, as I recall. I told her she couldn't pass on every time she met an artist she fell in love with. Eventually she'd forget everything about who we were and where we came from. She said she'd rather forget than wallow in old memories like I or the other idols were doing. It was time to wake up and make the best of our situation. Calliope was an idealist without compromise. Always. She hated what we'd become. What I'd become. She wasn't wrong.
From how you describe it, you and Calliope fought a lot.
As often as we saw each other, which became less and less as time wore on. However, she fought with everyone. Calliope hated the idols being kept secret. She and Athena would get into screaming matches over the rules, and it got so I could no longer protect her. She moved out of Olympus years ago and kept to herself. I just assumed she was wrapped up with some new artist when I got the news.
Do you regret not making up with her?
Every day I think about our last conversation and what I should have said or done differently. The problem with immortality is that you think you have all the time in the world.
It wasn't only fighting with Calliope, right? Surely there were good things, too.
Is that how it sounds? No. She was marvelous. A force to be reckoned with if there ever was one. In the darkest days during the war, it was her songs that gave us hope. She kept Aphrodite alive through sheer determination, I think. Calliope cared. About us, about art, about people she'd only just met. It was her greatest strength as well as her greatest weakness.
I wonder why she picked me. I don't feel like I'm any of those things.
You underestimate yourself, Grace. I see a lot of her in you. She chose well.
Psst. Isn't it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Interesting. The notion that there might be some other place far away where we're the norm is comforting. Sadly, our memories are filled with blanks. There was a war with beings we called the Titans. A terrible conflict where half our number died, yet do I remember a single battle. The last was after Rome fell. Zeus called us together to relay the news, told us to prepare for battle. And then, in the blink of an eye, I was in the 16th century. What made us forget 1,000 years? What happened during that time? We don't know. Athena calls that period the gap.
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...?
I know I was alive. I passed on my eidolon who knows how many times, yet the moment I woke up, as you call it, all memory of that period was gone. It was Athena who found us. I was in France, I think. She came to my farm, and the moment I laid eyes on her, I just knew. It all came back. Did someone do that to us? Did we scatter to the winds for 1,000 years on purpose? It's a mystery.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
Athena claims she awoke on her own and spent the next century locating the other idols. We've pieced together very little of the gap or of our origins. We simply live with it. Gods we may be, but I'm afraid we don't have all the answers.
I'd like to know a little more about you. All I know is you live in a dump, you have an oracle, and
that's kind of awkward. Maybe
I'm not sure what to tell you.
Question first,
One day has bled into the next for so long, I feel like I've
Whatever.
been lost in the spaces in between.
Wow, that's a bit dramatic.
Yeah, well, it comes naturally. Music and the arts were once under my purview as a god.
How did that get decided? Did you have a big hat full of pieces of paper and you all picked at random?
No, we chose them for ourselves. Some, at least. Others were given to us by our priests. We collected godly responsibilities like marbles.
People collect marbles?
Oh, or whatever it is mortals collect these days. Cars, perhaps? The point is, we took our godly duties very seriously.
You must have been very different back when you were a proper god.
I think most of us were. We saw ourselves as, I don't know, teachers. Mortals were our students, and we guided them to enlightenment. We thought we were special, infallible. I was as magnificent as the sun, and I surrounded myself with those who basked in my radiance.
That doesn't sound like you.
Yeah. I was arrogant. If there was a man or woman I desired, then I had to have them, or there would be consequences. You wouldn't have liked me. I wouldn't have liked me.
So what is Persephone's beef with you exactly? Is it just about what Hades did to her?
That's no small thing.
It seems more personal than that.
I mentioned how Persephone's kidnapping almost meant war between Olympus and Hades, yes? Well, while this was all going on, Persephone managed to escape the underworld, and I'm the one she encountered first.
Uh-oh.
Hades was hot on her heels. And I had a choice. Either do battle with Hades and start the war right then and there, or let him take her back. Zeus would have had my head if I had sparked a war. Yet all I still think of are Persephone's eyes as Hades smugly took back his prisoner. It's not my finest moment.
Apollo, have you ever tried, I don't know, talking to someone about how you feel?
I will never understand this modern fascination with therapy and focusing on one's feelings.
It might help. You never know.
Yes, I've tried it. There was one I used to speak to. Hecate enchanted him never to reveal what I told him. I don't know that unburdening myself to the man helped. He wasn't exactly trained for this sort of problem.
It is kind of hard to relate to a god, sure.
I do appreciate the thought. But I'm afraid muddling through is as good as it gets for us.
Earlier you mentioned your son dying. Did I hear that right? Can idols have children?
It was rare, but yes. Back in ancient times, some of them even became idols themselves.
Some of the idols are actually family, then.
Not anymore. Most of our children met terrible ends. A gift of the fates, perhaps. I don't know. The ones who weren't idols. It's hard, watching your children grow old and die. Never understanding why they can't have the same immortality you do, why you can't grant it to them. My first son is why I'm not permitted in Hades any longer. Let's simply say that most idols have stopped having children, and maybe leave it at that.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
All right. Wow, that was a lot. And I'm going to be honest. I'm calling it here for now, folks. Thanks for watching and enjoying it if you did. Sorry if I've been a bit of a nuisance. But yeah, I'm going to keep playing this game, so it'll be fun. Next time, going to Aphrodite's party. I don't know, I've just decided, sorry Pan, I like Pan, I want to talk to Pan, but everybody's telling me, hey, don't trust Pan, so I'm not going to trust him and see what happens with that. Might be fun, might not be. Anyway, peace out for now.